Hello, lovelies! All month long, we are celebrating the arrival of autumn with some of my very favorite fall comfort foods. And today, we're going to be baking up some delicious cheddar chive scones. Now, you guys may remember that I actually made a sweet version of these scones early in the summer. I made a strawberry version that was super tasty and topped with this amazing glaze. But ever since, I have been craving a savory version. So today we're making cheddar chive, which is honestly super tasty and perfect for fall. Now to get started, I am going to be mixing up my wet ingredients. So I've got some half and half cream here, that's 10% cream. You could use rich heavy cream if you want to, but I think half and half works really well in this recipe. And I'm just going to start by adding 2 eggs to this, and I just want to whisk it up and make sure those eggs get really well combined. Next, it's time to mix up my dry ingredients. So of course, for this recipe, I am starting with some all-purpose flour in my bowl. And to that, I'm going to be adding a little bit of sugar. We're not making sweet scones here, so we're not gonna add a lot of sugar, just a little bit really helps with the flavor of the scones. I'm also going to be adding some baking powder here for some lift. We want these to be nice and light and fluffy. I've got some garlic powder here, and I've also got some salt headed into my bowl as well. Now, of course, if you were looking for the full measurements for this recipe, not to worry, as always, they will be linked in the description box below. You can find them as soon as you're done watching the video. And what we want to do at this point is just get in here with our whisk and make sure that those dry ingredients are really well combined. You want to make sure that that baking powder is evenly distributed through your flour so that all of your scones get even lift. Next, it is time to add our butter to this mixture. And the butter in scones is really the secret to making them extra flaky, tender, and incredible. It's really important in a recipe like this that you use very cold butter. So as you can see here, I've cut my butter into cubes and I refrigerated it to make sure it was nice and chilled. Now I'm going to add it straight into my flour mixture. Now I'm going to show you how to do this with your hands because it's super simple to do, but I have also done this in my food processor and that makes it even easier. It's really up to you. You basically need to get that butter totally incorporated into that flour. And the way you do that is just by getting your hands into the mixture and sort of rubbing it together between your fingers until the butter is fully incorporated, and what you end up with is something that resembles coarse crumbs. Now that I've had a chance to give my hands a good wash, it is time to add the rest of our ingredients. So first I am going to get my wet ingredients in here. You'll remember this is our cream and our eggs. Then I am going to be adding my cheddar cheese. So you could use white cheddar in this recipe. I chose to use yellow cheddar. You just want to make sure you're using a nice sharp cheddar so you get that really wonderful cheddar flavor. And I'm also going to be adding some chives to this. So I love the flavor of chives here. Now, when it comes to mix-ins in this recipe, the sky is really the limit. If you wanted to add a bit of smokiness to this, you could totally use some cooked crumbled bacon here. You could also add a bit of a spicy kick with some fresh jalapeno, well chopped. I also love the idea of replacing the cheddar cheese in this recipe with some freshly grated Parmesan cheese and adding some olives to this for a really nice salty bite. Once I've got my wet ingredients in my bowl, I'm just going to head in here with a spatula and give this all a good mix until everything is super moistened. Then I'll go in with my hands until I've formed a really nice dough. If you notice your dough is a little on the sticky side, not to worry at all. It's going to work itself out during the baking process. Now that we've got our dough prepared, it is time to form our scones. Now there are a couple different ways that you can form your scones. You could do this with an ice cream scoop if you wanted to, and just sort of drop them onto a baking sheet. You also could create circular scones by just rolling this dough out and using a circular cookie cutter to get that nice round shape. I prefer triangular scones. I think they look really beautiful and rustic, so that's what I'm going to be creating today. Now to achieve this shape is super simple. We're just going to divide our dough in half and then create a disc that's between 6 and 8 inches in diameter on a cutting board. If you find your dough is sticky, you'll definitely want to add a little flour to your cutting board before you get started. Then once I've got my disc all laid out, I'm just going to use a nice sharp knife to cut this into 6 equal pieces. Then I'll just arrange my scones on a parchment-lined baking sheet and repeat that step with the second half of my dough. Once all of my scones have been formed, I want to get them into the freezer. Now this is a step you definitely do not want to skip. You want to get your scones in the freezer for between 20 and 30 minutes. You want them to be nice and cold when they hit the hot oven. That's going to help make them extra tender during the cooking process. Okay, my scones have just come out of the freezer, and the final step before getting them into the oven is just going to be brushing them with a little bit of milk. You can use cream here as well. This is just gonna help them get a really nice color. And I'm just gonna apply it with a pastry brush, keep it really simple. I like doing the sides and the top as well. Now at this point, these are ready to hit the oven. I've got it preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to get these in there for between 17 and 20 minutes. Now it's really important that you keep a close eye on your scones while they're baking because they can get too brown too quickly. I have learned this the hard way. So keep a close eye on them. What you're looking for is a nice golden brown finish. As soon as those scones come out of the oven, they are ready to be enjoyed. Of course, you could eat them just as they are or brush them with just a little bit of melted butter to make them extra delicious. Tonight, I'm serving these up with some wonderful homemade tomato soup. I think that these are the perfect accompaniment, but of course, you could pretty much have these for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, midnight snack, basically any time of day because they are oh so yummy. I hope you guys will give these a try for yourselves and that if you do, you'll tweet me, Instagram me, or Facebook me a photo because you know how much I love seeing your kitchen creations. This recipe, like all of our recipes, is featured on healthymealplans.com, our amazing meal planning site that allows you to browse more than 1,000 recipes, drag and drop them into your weekly meal plan, and then automatically generates your shopping list for the week. I hope you'll take a look for it. And finally, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe because there is lots more deliciousness where this came from.